Well, the mayor doesn't like it. Civic leaders don't want it, but it may not matter. Bus fares might be going up soon. The MTA says it's losing money, and that means it might soon cost a lot more to ride the bus here in L.A. KCAL 9's Mark Coogan live right now at MTA headquarters with more. Mark?
Good afternoon, Dave. The MTA says it is sinking deeper into debt while offering its riders the lowest fares of any big city transit agency. But bus riders here today charge that they are being sacrificed to build the MTA's light rail system. And they further charge that the proposed rate increase amounts to racism.
For a similar fare change.
A full house greeted MTA directors today. A full house of bus riders angry about a proposed increase in bus and rail fares, the first in 12 years. But a crippling economic blow, said bus riders, whose median income the MTA pegs at $12,000 a year.
It'll create excruciating to unbearable economic harms for our people.
To help cover a looming deficit nearing the $2 billion mark, the MTA staff proposed raising the basic cash fare from the current $1.25 to $2, and the monthly pass for bus and rail riders would go from $52 to $120 over the next year and a half. That's an impossible burden, said L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, who wants to freeze the daily fare for 2 years and cut back on rail service.
Why don't you get on a bus, get a job making $12,000 a year, and see what raising these fares by this amount would mean to you and your family.
The MTA is in the midst of spending $1.5 billion to extend its light rail lines. It's digging this tunnel in Boyle Heights to bring rail service to East LA. But 82% of the MTA's boardings are on buses. So speakers at today's hearing charge that they will be paying more to subsidize a minority, a better off minority, of MTA riders.
Black, Latino, and Asian bus riders will be the ones who won't be able to afford these increases. We say this is transit racism because the whiter the rider, the higher the subsidy, and the browner the rider, the more of MTA's self-imposed debt will have to be balanced on their family budgets.
The MTA says a big chunk of its debt is because of a lawsuit by the bus riders union that forced MTA to buy over 2,000 buses that it can no longer afford to operate under the current fare structure. The decision will be made by the MTA Board of Directors, all of them elected officials, including Mayor Villaraigosa. But MTA staff says if it does not get the fare increase at once, it will have to cut regular bus service by 30%. Live downtown at MTA headquarters, Mark Coogan, KCAL 9 News. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you for that.
The MTA is facing a $2 billion